he hangs the entire dismissal of this on intent. But at the beginning of this, he said that she showed excessive, extreme carelessness with what he later said was highly classified information, 110 items. 8 of these email trails were the highest top secret, and that he also said likely ended up in the hands of our enemies. Now, how that does not constitute gross negligence, I don't understand, and I'm sure is inexplicable. The statute says intent or gross negligence, and yet in acquitting her, he basically said if she didn't have intent, I have to let her go. If the glove didn't fit, you have to acquit. But it is completely illogical. She has shown gross negligence, and he has shown that she is accused of that and clearly carried it out, and yet he said, well, there was no intent. What he is doing is reinterpreting the statute to say unless you had deliberate malicious intent, unless you were intending to actually harm the United States, he has to let her off. But that's not what the statute says. It doesn't have to be malicious intent.
All right.
She intended to set up her server. She intended to send out those emails that Comey says she either knew or had to know was something that you don't do on a private server.
Yeah.
And that is what intent means.
No, but I think he said that she did know what she was doing, but she didn't intend to harm the country. It always comes back to that. But a couple of things.
That's an impossible standard, and it contradicts the other part of the statute that says gross negligence, which implies you don't have to intend to hurt the country. Yeah,
that's what I say. You and I are agreeing that the negligence, and he downplayed that negligence part. He didn't spend a lot of time on that.
He sort of skipped around it.
Right. But he's falling back. He's falling back on prosecutorial history, that there weren't any cases made by the federal government without intent. Haven't been any. And the only one that we could find that was negligence, and then they dropped it. Now, we have Donald Trump coming up right behind you. I want to get into the political implications, but I just want to reinforce that both Krauthammer and O'Reilly are troubled by the negligence thing being ignored. Now, let's go forward. I say that it doesn't matter to Hillary Clinton supporters. They think she's better than Donald Trump.